All right, real estate activity is down across the board. Hey, Lily with Living Room Realty here in Portland, Oregon, here to give you your monthly market update for the month of November 2022. So, just talked about it. We saw real estate activity go down across the board, which really isn't a surprise because if we look at historically, typically the winter is when we see activity start to decrease. People get busy with holiday plans, all of those factors. They just want to cozy up. And when you look at the external factors we also have with our economy, with high inflation and therefore high interest rates in the real estate market, over the last few months, we've already seen activity decrease and we saw it significantly decrease this month, which again was to be expected. To go into the numbers quick, new listings to the market were 2,513 homes. That was a decrease of 22%, so fairly significant there. Pending sales saw a really big decrease of 42%, so almost by half, with 1,835 homes going under contract. Closed sales saw a decrease of also 37%. So that was 1,955 homes going to new homeowners. So I think it is interesting to notice that discrepancy there, that while new listings of the market were still down, we still saw a good amount of homes go on the market. Whereas that buyer activity of people actually absorbing, we talk about absorption rate, the amount of people absorbing those new listings into the market and going under contract was significantly less. So again, we're really starting to see more and more hesitancy from buyers, as we talked about in past months, which is again, really has to do with those higher interest rates that we're dealing with right now. With all of that, we did see inventory increase. So while new homes to the market has seen a decrease compared to how much the frequency with which those homes are being absorbed into the market, we still saw inventory rise from 2.2 months last month to 2.4 months of inventory. So all of this, great info to have. What does this mean for you if you're a home buyer, and what does this mean for you if you are a home seller or thinking about either of those things here in the next few months, or you're probably thinking, should I wait till the spring? Let's talk about all of it. So if you are a home buyer or thinking about buying a home, if you are thinking about buying a home anytime soon, there are some good opportunities out there for you. So while you are dealing with a higher price point and more so a higher monthly payment, the price point of home you're gonna buy has some really good opportunities for you. And also there are really good opportunities for you when it comes to negotiating power at the moment. So home prices on average have stayed pretty stable. But when you look at different pocket markets, we have seen some really cool opportunities. I just got some clients into an amazing house, handed them over keys in a highly competitive, amazing area of Northeast Portland that as first-time home buyers, I don't know if they would have afforded even 3-4 months ago. And that's what we talked about when we were standing in their new living room was not gonna swear for YouTube here, holy moly. We were able to get you such a cool house, and this would not have been possible at all. They would not have gotten the negotiations we were able to get them with the seller at all a few months ago, and so we were able to put them in a really good opportunity. Most importantly though, in this circumstance, they were able to make their monthly payment though. I do want to say that while they are hoping to be able to refinance, let's say 6 months down the road would be awesome and ideal, or at least in the next few years, they are able to pay their monthly payment right now. We made sure to stay within a budget. We did have to decrease their budget as interest rates went up, but we were able to keep them in a place that felt comfortable for them now, with the hopes that later it'll be even more comfortable and even better, and that they have made hopefully a really, really good decision for the future for themselves and put themselves in a really good place to where they can have this really good price for a really cool home in Northeast Portland and refinance later and have a better monthly payment. So there are opportunities out there right now if you are a home buyer and can swing payments that still get you a home that you like. Then though, if you are a buyer who's thinking, well, I can't really afford any houses or the house I would like right now because of interest rates being so high, I will say there is good news that we actually already this month have seen interest rates go down some, which does give us hope that inflationary measures are working and that we are seeing signs that, as everybody predicts, that we'll probably see interest rates go back down to maybe 5. Some people are saying the 4s. I would say probably closer to the 5s. In the spring. Hopefully the early spring would be cool, giving you some opportunities to go out there and buy a home. But one caveat I will say, as we're talking about the market being so opportune right now and there being a lot of houses and to choose from, you can even go and see a house and think on it for a few days. That is going to change pretty quickly once interest rates go back down. So if we see interest rates go down in the spring or summer, we will want to note that there also will be heightened level of activity, because if you're waiting in the wings to buy in the spring, so will a lot of other people. So keep that in mind when it comes to your plan. And as always, if you are, considering these things, this all sounds helpful to you, we're happy to talk with you. I'm happy to connect you with a loan officer, because your situation is going to be so particular. And our advice is going to depend highly on that as well. So yeah, come chat with us and we can come up with a strategy and a plan for you that's based off everything that's all about you and how wonderful you are. All right, home sellers. For you, this is, of course, a very interesting market. And again, one that's going to depend heavily on your personal needs and also the specific market you're in. And I'm not talking about like the Portland real estate market. I'm talking about like your micro neighborhood is going to depend so much. So, we talked here a little bit about pending sales and closed homes being on the lower end. So yes, demand right now from buyers is a little lower for your property. But again, another caveat here, we have seen that average sales price really hasn't decreased that much. While we are seeing a good deal of price reductions, I think it was on average, it was like 30% of homes had price reductions in the last month. We are still seeing home prices on average stay stable. We just had the average price was $617 last month, and now it's $615, so only a decrease of $2,000. So why we're seeing that discrepancy from out on the road or out in the market and what we're seeing on the average is, yes, because every market is so different. In those really high competitive markets, there are certain pocket markets in Portland that will always be competitive. Prices are still getting, at least at the asking price, or homes are even getting multiple offers still. So there are still markets where you are seeing high demand, high drive from buyers to get those homes. Whereas other markets, I will say, if you're not in a super competitive market, we are still seeing a lot of sellers get a great offer for the sales price or around it, and still having some good negotiation powers. It really just comes down to prepping your home properly and making sure that it shines. So all of that to say, average price point is still in a good place for you. Market time has seen a little bit of an increase. So if you are looking to sell your home, I think it was market time was 34 days last month, and now it's 38. So really what it comes down to too is just having good expectations. If you will expect that, hey, my house might sit on the market for 2 weekends instead of 1, or even a little bit longer. I'm not gonna get a million showings in that first weekend. It might be 1 or 2, and then a few that trickle throughout the week, and then we get one solid offer, or hopefully 2 or 3 would be amazing, but we'll get one solid offer. That's gonna make the experience a lot better. I think a lot of us coming out of the strong sellers market we had before, it's hard to shift your brain. And so you're going relative to a super hot market. And when it looks relative to a super hot market, what we have right now seems so extreme and so dramatic and crappy, where really in the end, it's not that big of a deal, and it's not a market we haven't seen before. It's one that, it's good to have a good listing agent helping you that can prep your home properly. But if you have those things in place, there are some really good opportunities for you. There are still buyers that want to buy your house for a really good price. Really quickly here, I will talk about what it looks like. Oops, sorry, there was a call that came into my phone. I'm just gonna end that really quickly. Sorry about that. I should have put my phone on airplane mode. But yeah, I really want to talk really quickly with you about selling your home now versus the spring. So benefit of selling now is there are still serious buyers. Winter is when buyers are most serious about buying homes because they're willing to go out and go into the rain, go out into possible snow maybe and cold, look for properties. There are people at any time of year that need to buy homes. So if you were to list your house now, you could get a really good buyer who's serious and just needs to get in a property and get still a good price for your property. Waiting till the spring, obvious benefits there are more buyers, hopefully better interest rates, which will lead to better prices. And with more buyers entering the market, more competition, which would hopefully give you a better sales price in that people will compete for your home. So happy to get to talk with you about that if you are potentially looking to sell your property, see kind of what's going to work best for you. A lot of the time it does have to deal with like your personal scenarios as well. But yeah, here for any and all of it. Happy to answer any questions you have. Hope you found this helpful. You can find my contact information below and I look forward to talking with you more. Thanks.